Hi guys, this is Brad Lincoln from Pathway to Oz, and now things are starting to normalise a little bit more in the whole border scenario. People are starting to consider and start making their plan to come to Australia. So today I just want to run through 3 important things that you should be thinking about from the very start when making your plan to come and study in Australia. Number 1, budget. Of course, this is something you always have to take into consideration. Working on your budget for your study, your accommodation, living expenses, all this sort of stuff is something you want to have a very, very serious think about when planning to come to Australia. Now, one of the things I think that can be most challenging with this is, especially if you're offshore, you're not currently here and you're just doing a lot of research yourself online, is when you go to say maybe the school's websites and you're trying to find price and information for courses. Now this information can be extremely difficult to find at times. Some schools don't like publicising their costs on their website, others are very open about it. But one of the big things that just about all schools do in Australia, okay, is the prices on the website are never usually accurate, okay? They publicise the most expensive price that they're offering. So as an agency, we get given a lot of promotional pricing to encourage students to enroll at different institutions. Now, this is something that is generally never publicised on their websites, and can make a huge difference when you're making your plan to come to Australia, because obviously the study aspect and price is a huge factor that you need to take into consideration. Now, just to give you a little example on this, okay, we've currently got a school in Brisbane, and they've got a Diploma of Business listed on their website, goes for a year, and is listed for about $9,000, okay? Plus your enrollment fee, plus your material fees. Now, that program, if you were to come, say, through Pathway to Oz or an agency, you would get for as little as $5,000. So that's a saving of over $4,000 just by making those inquiries and doing your research a bit more and working with an agent, okay? So definitely when doing your research, take some of that information with a grain of salt and definitely try to speak to someone or as many people as you can in the industry, because we can give you a lot better insight into how some of these costs work. Okay, number 2, location. Now, I know this can be difficult for someone who's never been to Australia. It's a very, very big country, lots to explore, lots of different options. But guys, please remember, Australia is more than just Sydney and Melbourne. The amount of inquiries I get from people who are offshore, who are not sure what they want to study or not sure what their plan is, but when you say where do you want to study, they say Sydney and Melbourne. Why? I don't know. I think it's maybe because it's the only places that are really publicised overseas, things like that. But in my opinion, there are so many other better options, okay, to think about when undertaking study in Australia. Gold Coast, Adelaide, North Queensland, Canberra, Tasmania. Some of these spots have programs that are not available anywhere else to international students. Some of these spots have amazing pricing and promotions offered to international students. But one of the big factors you guys need to take into consideration is cost of living and living expenses. Sydney and Melbourne are some of the most expensive places to live in Australia. So not that I'm ruling them out. If that's where you want to be, that's great. But when making your plan, okay, be open to exploring other options. Cost might be a big issue for you. Location might be a big issue for you, but do your research. And as I said, speak to people who are here. There's so many travel blogs out there. There's YouTube pages like ours that are trying to provide you guys with as much information as we can. So take a lot of this on board when making your plan to come to Australia, because we are based here and are trying to provide you with the best info we can. Okay, and number 3, okay, and this is not a shameless self-promotion or anything like that, but guys, use an agent, all right? Agents have every bit of information you want on hand. We can get it to you straight away. Generally speaking, like us at Pathway to Oz, we don't charge you anything for our services when it comes to international courses to study, doing the student visa, all that sort of stuff. So do have a look around, and I recommend use an agent that does have a base here in Australia, okay? Because there's a lot of agencies around the world that have people who work for them who've never been here, okay? So really use an agent that's based in Australia. Make sure they're not overcharging you fees for something that you could get for free. But as I said, this is only going to make your life easier. We're going to be able to provide you with all the information you're looking for when it comes to studying. We're going to take take care of all that nitty gritty visa stuff that you might not want to get involved in, and just make this process as smooth as possible for you. Because at the end of the day, coming out to a new country is, fun? Well, it should be fun. You should be excited about it, and you shouldn't be stressed. Let us take as much of this stress out of this process for you as we can, and make sure we are putting you on the right track to reach your end goal. Now, everyone's goal for coming to Australia is different, okay? Some people might want to come out, learn a skill, take it back to their home country. Others might want to come out just for a short time, enjoy themselves, have a bit of fun, but learn a skill while they're doing it. And others are taking this step because they want to make Australia their new home. Okay, so planning these steps and getting advice from the right people, no matter what your goal is imperative to making sure you get to where you want to be by the time your studies are completed. So guys, I hope this little video helps. And if you do have any questions about undertaking study in Australia or what your best options are, please never hesitate to contact the team at Pathway to Oz. Thanks.